Well, I won't have any trouble getting calls today. We'll be able to tell. Listen, I like Artie. All right. I mean, I don't know Artie that well. I didn't know that much about Artie before he actually walked over here. I like Artie. Artie down deep's a good guy. You got to find it, but down deep is a good guy. I can do without the language, and I'm sure you can too out there. My kid listening to that right now is cringing, but I like Artie. I'm an Artie fan. But Artie's not, that's not, I mean, you can't listen, I've been on enough of those, I'm not Artie Lange, I'm on a comedy. I'm not a comedian. But I've been on a guest on enough of those shows in my life, selling books just like Artie did. I was on a Today Show 3-4 times. I've been on all those shows. And you can't, live audience shows, let them in 35 times. You can't judge it by how the audience reacts to you. Because the audience is trained in that setting to laugh no matter what anybody says. You got to keep that in mind. When you're on a show like that, it's almost like they got people directing you when to clap, when to laugh. It's different. And I don't know why Artie Funny had to go on here and outwit Joe Buck. I don't understand that. What was the reason? I mean, and maybe Joe, listen, I don't know enough about Artie and Joe's relationship. Maybe Buck knew what Artie was going to be up against. Maybe he said, Artie, I've read your book. I've done this. I've done that. Go after me. Go kill me. Maybe he did say that. I don't know. But I don't think HBO thought, myself, that Artie was going to go this crazy. Now, let's get some calls in because we got all this topic today. Let's have some fun with it. Rick in New York. Rick, take it away, pal. What do you have?
Hey, Chris. I'm listening to you in the park. I just make a quick request. Don't hang up on me, please. I'm listening to you on my iPhone.
Yes, all right, iPhone. That's good to hear that. Let's hear it.
Okay, great. Listen, I agree with you with Artie Lange. I don't think they want him to go on there and the bash Buck like that. I'm not a big Buck fan. I don't think he's going to be around much longer. I mean, just think about the guest they had that you guys were arguing about yesterday. He ain't going to be around after 4 shows.
Well, listen, Buck is not I don't disagree with that. He's a play-by-play guy, and Buck is trying to branch out. Well, yeah, he's a different kind of guy. He's a great play-by-play guy. Will this show work? You might be right, Rick. It may not work. You might be 100% right.
And I'm the same age as Artie, and I grew up listening to the same guys. I didn't hear the show. I mean, I heard him. I'm a Stern fan. I'm a fan of you, of course. And, I cringed when I watched it because I was embarrassed for him. But if he thinks that's what he needs to do to sell books, I don't know if he's going to survive the repercussions. Who wants to? They already had talks about not having him on Conan because they were afraid of his behavior. I could probably make a safe bet that he probably won't be on in the near future. But that's Artie's fault.
Artie will be a hot potato for a while. Be a hot potato. And, listen. I have been on those stupid little, listen, I'm not Artie, but I have been on these little appearances. All the cameramen hug you. You could have stunk. They're all going to hug you. That's what they do. That's the element there. They all, hey, great job. You could have been awful. They all say that. That's the environment they're in. And I don't know if the Mike thing, I guess Mike must have killed Artie today. I didn't hear it, so I don't know. Maybe Mike killed him today. All I know is in the last 19 years that I've been with Mike, we never killed Artie. Never. No, we didn't talk about it, but because, as Artie said, we had Imus. We didn't, so it was in a different situation. We were in a different case. I don't know if you can kill us for, being with Imus. He was on our station. Nick in Boston. Nick, go ahead, pal. What do you have?
Mad Dog, that was great. I appreciate it. Hey, listen, anyone that listens to Stern knows that this is all about Artie. The last 2 months, this has all been the Artie Lange show, and that's exactly what it was last night. He tried to take over. You saw the repercussions. He was not funny, and that's just what you get. He's not a funny guy. He's great on the show. He's not a great comedian, and it showed last night. It was dry. It was uncomfortable, and I'm a huge Stern fan, and I didn't know what to do last night. I laughed because it was uncomfortable.
All right.
What more can you expect?
Now, that's 2 in a row now. I didn't think it was funny. Artie's back with us. Artie, I give you plenty of chances now. That's 2 fans who love you overall, so they can't be all wrong, who didn't think you were that funny.
Chris, I want to know exactly what line that guy cringed at and thought wasn't funny. And I want to know what line you thought was.
Well, play it.
Did you like when I did the impression of his father, Jack Buck?
I mean, I tell you, I'll give you credit on that, Artie. You knew all about Buck's play-by-play style. You did a nice job of doing that. I'll give you credit on that. But this
that killed. So what made you cringe?
Well, this first one, play it for
Here's
him,
a guy
Colin.
who's not on his guard.
No,
Artie Lange is much more entertaining on those. There's no guard there.
Joe, TMZ is your favorite website? I thought, what's your second? Sucking.com?
No, Artie, that's not a rough line, Artie.
Chris, let me tell you something, Chris. I have respect for you, but if you don't think that's funny, and if you don't know why that's funny, then exactly like I said to you the first time I was on, you're an old guy. You're like a throwback to the 30s. It's like talking to Bing Crosby about comedy. That line, and look, Chris, all the camera guy, you talk to me like I'm some sort of jerk off whenever.
No, I'm not doing that, Artie. Come on, that's not my goal here.
I've done a million Lettermans and Conans. The camera guys don't always hug you, Chris. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I notice it.
That's bullshit. They hug you with these guys. Cops came up to me and said, "Dude, that was amazing." They wanted pictures, and if you
Artie, every time I walk out of Letterman, all the cops want my picture too, whether I was funny or not.
Okay, Chris. Okay, first of all, I'll be a big man here and say you were always good on Letterman.
No, I'm not always good on Letterman. I'm not stupid.
And I'll tell you what, because Letterman was on CBS, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to pick up the last Letterman I did, and you tell me if you think it's funny. He has me on once every 3 months, Letterman. You think Letterman knows comedy? I kill on Letterman every time. Every time. And he'll have me on again. I'm not a hot potato like you just fucking said. I will be on talk shows. I'm on the biggest show ever every morning. Everything's going to be fine with me. I was funny last night. Every funny person in the world knows I was funny last night. You're a sports guy who likes clean comedy. I don't know who your favorite comedian is. Mort Saul, maybe. The only thing we agree on is Springsteen. But I got news for you. That guy just said, I laughed because it was uncomfortable. I love that as a comic. If they're laughing because it's uncomfortable, that's exciting to me. Mission accomplished. And nobody has applause signs there. If you let that first line play out, people don't laugh. They start screaming. They go, whoa, that was crazy. They yell for 2 minutes. That's not natural. They loved it. It was funny, and I disagree with you. And I'm gonna say it till my death. We're gonna disagree. I love you, buddy, and I love your books. I think you're amazing. I'll always listen to you, but I disagree with you on this. Okay?
All right, Artie. We'll leave it at that.